welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Bree, aka the Booktrovert, here on YouTube. And today well, let me address something first. As you've noticed, probably noticed, maybe noticed, I have been absent from YouTube. And that is because I just needed a break, okay? Like I am not somebody that can go with social media. Like, social media overwhelms me so bad, and I just needed to take a hiatus, and I'm really glad that I did, because I am excited to film again. I'm excited to be back. So yeah, most of you, or probably all of you, if you watch my channel, should know that this is like literally just for fun. This is not like, I don't plan on this being like a job, or literally I don't take YouTube that seriously. And that is because I genuinely, like, I can't. Social media and me, like, I just can't. Also, I'm a mom, and I am in a very busy season of life right now. So yeah, but another thing I wanted to address is that I am in a different filming location. I am in my sunroom right now, actually, because our AC that we replaced 3 years ago is not blowing cool air. So my husband is like trying to figure it out. We're talking to our AC guy, like, I don't know. So it's just really hot upstairs. I say really hot, it's like 75 degrees, but I'm used to like the house being like 70. So to me, that's hot. I just wanted to be comfortable. Also, I thought it'd be cute to kind of switch it up. So here we are. Today's video, I am going to be telling you guys about books that I've read recently that I really loved, and also giving you a book haul, which I thought I was doing better this year, but I'm looking at all the books that I've accumulated and I don't think I am. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the book haul, and then we can talk about books that I've really loved recently, so you can kind of get a catch up of what I've been reading. So the first book from the book haul is Maeve Fly by CJ Lead. Because I was in Washington with Vanessa and Nell, I will have both of their channels linked down below, but at the time, Get a Clue readathon was going on, and Nell was talking about how Rainy from Rainy Blue Reads, I will also have her channel linked down below, really like this book. And honestly, this cover is giving, so I was like, you know what, this sounds really good, so I got it. And then I've also been on like a huge John Mars kick right now. I am loving John Mars. I can't find one of the books that I picked up, but I do know what it's called. So when I was in DC, I also picked these up. So I picked up the one by John Mars, which I started to read on my Kindle, because his books are on Kindle Unlimited, but I actually canceled my Amazon and Kindle Unlimited and all that stuff this year. But I knew that I was gonna love this book, so I picked it up anyways. Another book by John Mars that I picked up, which is this the book? No. Okay. I don't have it right now. I don't know where it is. Was The Passengers, which I have read, and I loved that one too. It was really, he just does thrillers so good. Like, think Frida McFadden, but like better. And I'm a Frida girly. I love Frida. She's amazing. I love her books. Every time she comes out with a new book, like, I take the day and read it. Her books are more like popcorn though, whereas John Mars, they take a little bit longer because they're bigger, but also there's just like so much to his characters and story and stuff. Which is actually, I'm actually reading a John Mars book right now, so I just picked this up this week. This is his new release, and I am on page 133. Freaking obsessed. I cannot put this down, it's so good. Then from a secondhand bookstore, I actually picked up Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica. I don't think I've ever read anything by her, but I've heard great things about this, so I got it for like $8. Not bad. I'm trying a lot harder to shop secondhand this year, just because I really want to get like a handle on my book buying budget. Honestly, if we're talking quantity, I should not be buying any books at all, but you know, that's really hard for a reader to do. So moving on. I actually got this book for free. This is from a book bus. They do like local pop-ups here where I live, and there's a organization called Books on Wheels, that's what it's called, where they just have donations of books and they let you pick one book for free, and I love it. It's to encourage reading. So I picked up Trial of the Sun Queen by Nisha J. Tooley, which is a book that I've actually been really wanting to read. I know this is a series, but I've heard nothing but amazing things. So when I saw that they had this one, I was like, oh my god, need her. So that was actually free thanks to Books on Wheels. And then obviously you guys knew that I was going to get this book this year because I love this series. This is Where Did You Go by Janine O'Reilly. How Does It Feel by Janine O'Reilly is one of my, like, I don't want to say like my top favorite fantasy because, like, to be honest, it's not like the best, but it's one of those series that it's like once you read the first book, you like gotta keep going. So I definitely picked up book 3. Very excited about it. I love the series. And then another book that I actually pre-ordered was Rebel Witch by Kristen Cicerelli. I loved Heartless Hunter. I'm so excited to read this. I can't wait. I'm gonna do a reread of Heartless Hunter first just because I know that, like, I've forgotten a lot of things because I read a lot, but I do remember loving that book and being so excited. I think this is the last book. I think it's a duology, and I think this is the last book, and I'm so excited about it. And if I say I'm so excited about it like a billion times, I'm sorry, but like, I just love books. Also, while I was in DC, we went to Politics and Prose, and I picked up a signed copy of The Bones Beneath My Skin, TJ Klune. I actually have this as an ARC, and I haven't read it, but it's TJ Klune, and this is a standalone, and it was signed, and I was like, you know what, you're coming home with me. So she came home with me. Then I did end up picking up the last book in the Ruinous Love trilogy, Scythe Sparrow. I loved Butcher and Blackbird. I did not like Leather and Lark, so I wasn't gonna pick this up, but I've heard good things. I think it's a very common opinion that people didn't love the second one, but since I have been hearing good things about this one, I'm like, okay, you know what, let me pick it up. And what really sold me, and I hate this about myself, but it did, this is what sold me, was there was art. You put art in a book, and I'm probably gonna buy it. Probably gonna buy it. Then I also picked up Deep End, which is another book that I was not planning on buying, but I was at Barnes & Noble browsing, which I should not be doing if I'm on a book buying ban. But alas, I tell myself that, like, I'm just gonna go to Barnes and I'm gonna get a coffee and I'm just gonna browse and it's gonna be like therapy. But then I always inevitably, always find something to buy. So this time around it was Deep End by Allie Hazelwood. Not even gonna lie to you, the cover sold me. Also, what sold me is that everybody was saying this is her spiciest book yet. I have read this. I would say this is her spiciest book yet. However, it is definitely not my favorite. So if I were to give you advice, I would say you could probably skip buying this one. But I mean, do you, boo? It was fine. I think I gave it like 3 or 3.5 stars. So not terrible, but definitely not my favorite. Then from another secondhand bookstore, I picked up The Flatshare by Beth O'Leary. I have been eyeing this book for years, to be honest with you. I've heard amazing things. I just never picked it up. I don't know why. Oh, there's a bookmark in here. So, Quail Ridge Books. Interesting. But yeah, this is in like brand new condition. Literally, like, looks like it's never been read. Again, $8. Can't beat it. Then Trope Bookstore, which is a romance-only book bus here that I am obsessed with, opened up a physical location, and I got to go to the opening weekend of the location, and oh my god, I was so excited. But I just kind of browsed. I told myself that I would just get what speaks to me, and this spoke to me. But with that being said, I do have a rule that I have to scan the book on Goodreads, and if it has 4 stars or over, I'll buy it. If it has less, then I'll just get it from the library and see how I feel about it. This had over 4 stars. This is Rivals by Jilly Cooper. I don't know what it was, but it's the glamorous cutthroat world of 1980s British television is all about power. A time when the affluent elite existed in a bubble of immersed wealth and influence and would use any means to get what they wanted. Sold me. So hopefully this is good. It's a little thick. Oh my god, it's a lot thick. This is 700 pages, over 700 pages, but it spoke to me. And then this book I have read, and I liked it. I think I would enjoy it more now that I understand that it is YA, because I don't think the first time I read this, like a few years ago, I knew that it was YA. However, this was a $5 book with a purchase of Starbucks, and I was already getting Starbucks at Barnes & Noble, so I picked it up. It's Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. The edges are gorgeous. And I was like, you know what, it's $5, let me give it another chance. If I don't like it, then I can just sell it or whatever. And then a book that Vanessa gifted me for her birthday. Yes, you heard me right. I said Vanessa gifted me this book for her birthday. She's so sweet. She put like together a little like care package because me and her other friend Sarah flew in to visit her for her birthday. And she did not have to do that at all. Like, it was crazy, but honestly, like, Vanessa's birthday is my favorite holiday now. But she got me Lotus by Jennifer Hartman, and I'm so excited because if you know me, you know I love Jennifer Hartman. Vanessa loves Jennifer Hartman. Yeah, so very excited to add this to my collection. I have not read it, but I'm very excited too. Also, while we were in DC, I got this early, and every single time one of these books comes out, I get it early, and I don't know how I do it, but it's always early at the Barnes & Nobles that I go to. You already know. You already know how I feel about Finlay Donovan and the whole series. I love me some Finlay Donovan. I know there are people that do not like this series, but for me, it's not a serious time, it's just a fun time. And when I saw they had the newest book, Finlay Donovan Digs Her Own Grave, I died. This is by El Casamano. I died, I had to get it. I haven't read it yet, but I plan on reading it soon. Okay. Then at Books A Million, I went to their bargain price. Books A Million, like, I don't go there very often just because we don't really have one here. But I always go to their bargain books whenever I am at one because they have the best bargain section. So I saw that they had this book for $5. It's called The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker, and this was actually on my like books that I wanted to buy eventually list, which yes is miles long, but honestly $5. I could not pass this up. I've heard amazing things. I did my Goodreads scan, passed the test, so here we are. And then also at Books A Million, I did pay full price per book, which I don't usually do when I'm at Books A Million just because I don't have a membership there and I just like Barnes a lot better. But The Fabric of Our Souls has been speaking to me. This is by K.M. Moranova. I've been seeing this book everywhere. I saw it there and I took it as my sign to pick it up. So hopefully I like it. I think I will. Apparently this is about a girl who is like, I think they're in like a mental hospital maybe. She craves, and she meets a guy who's there for the same thing, but he craves life. That could be completely wrong, but I think this is what I choose. I don't know, but I'm excited about it. And then from Pango, because I have been trying to shop on Pango a lot more, I picked up 2 books. So this book I've been dying to own. It's called My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. This is going to be a classic, you guys. I think this is an instant classic. I got this for $5, but it's literature. You guys know, like, a lot of my friends say that I have boring tastes in books, but when it comes to just literature, I eat that shit up. So I was so excited to get this and add it to my collection. And then with that, I did actually read this book, and I'll talk more about it later, but More or Less Maddy by Lisa Genova. This is from the same seller that sold me this book. I read this from the library. I had to buy it. but we'll talk more about that later. This book I didn't actually buy, but my mom is letting me borrow, and it's Wellness by Nathan Hill. She said she started to read this and wasn't really vibing, but I have been wanting to read it, so I'm just borrowing it from her. So added that to the stack. Another book I got from a secondhand shop is another Book of the Month book. This is All the Ugly and Wonderful Things by Bryn Greenwood. This I've heard is like a Beauty and the Beast kind of dark retelling. I love Beauty and the Beast and retellings, so I was like, you know what, let me pick this up. And I did get this for 13 bucks, which is a little pricey for a used Book of the Month book, because as an add-on I can get it for 12, but I figured it's not that much more if I were to add it or to just buy it, and it'll free up space for other books that I'm not supposed to be adding to my box. I will get into my March Book of the Month box in a minute, but to continue with the haul, I'm like out of breath. There's like so many books. I picked this up at a yard sale. I think it was $1 or maybe it was free. I can't remember. Will I ever read this? That is a really good question. One I don't have the answer for, but I just felt like I needed to get it, and it was $1, possibly free. I don't remember. And it was at a yard sale. It was just sitting there. I was like, you know what? You're coming home with me. Will I ever read it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can commit to this. I would like to, but we're talking over 1,100 pages here. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking that all my friends have it and I wanted to have it, and it was free or $1. And then another book I picked up at Politics and Prose is The Reformatory by Tananarive. My battery's blinking me shit. Heard amazing things about this, wanted to pick it up, very excited to read it. Along with my John Mars collection, I got the Marriage Act. No idea what this is about, but it was John Mars. I picked it up. And then another book I got from the Books on Wheels was That's Not My Name by Megan Lally. I've been hearing amazing things about this. When I saw they added it, I was like, oh my god. So yeah, very excited about it. Sorry, it's called Books on the House, not Books on Wheels. It's called Books on the House. It's a nonprofit organization. So yeah, if you go to www.booksonthehouse.org, you can support them, you know, whatever, maybe you can find something like that in your area, but I highly recommend. They're amazing. Also at the secondhand shop, I picked up Once There Were Wolves for $8 by Charlotte McConaughey. Girl, I don't know. But I've heard good things about this, so I'm excited to read it. And yeah, let's get into my Book of the Month March picks, and then I'm gonna go switch my battery out and we'll talk about books that I've been loving. So obviously March was Book of the Year, so I ended up getting God of the Woods. I had all of the Book of the Years already, so what I did was I actually talked to my mom because she didn't have a lot of them, so she ended up getting The Lion Women of Tehran because I recommended it to her. I told her she would love it and that I would give her my copy of the God of the Woods. So what I did was I picked God of the Woods for my Book of the Year just to have the little thing on it, and it came with sprayed edges, which I did not expect that. I think it's a cute little touch, but I gave her my copy of the God of the Woods and got this one since I had all of them. And then I picked out 2 add-ons and a main pick. I know I didn't do a Book of the Month video this month, part of the hiatus. Yeah, will be trying my best to do those moving forward. I'll definitely do one for April, but what I got in my box this month was Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. Please don't come for me. This one was the one that spoke to me the most, so I picked it. And then for my add-on, I got Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall. I've heard great things about this. I'm very excited to read it. Also, it's just, that's so pretty, the cover. And then the last add-on is a random add-on that I have been wanting to buy. It is the Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green. It's Essays on a Human-Centered Planet. I've heard incredible things. This is a nonfiction. I've heard incredible things about this. I saw Book of the Month had it and I was like, oh my god, you're going in my box. Like, there's no if, ands, or buts about it. So yeah, that is all the books that I have accumulated, potentially, that I could find. Let me go change my camera battery and then we'll get into the books that I have been loving this year. I'm gonna actually refer to my story graph and then put the books up here. Squish those out of the way, because my book organization situation, it's fun to say, is not great right now, so I need to work on that. But until that happens, we're just gonna thank the Lord for technology. So first book, this is in no order actually, so don't even think that, but first book is Wish You Were Here by Renee Carlino. I gave this 5 stars. This is, I think she just re-released this or something, but this is a book following a girl, and I don't remember her name, so you're gonna have to forgive me. I read this from the library, but this is a romance book following a girl who, honestly, oh god, honestly I don't remember. I'm trying to think. Oh, yes, I do remember. Okay, this is a romance book following a girl who is like single and just like living with her roommate, and she ends up going out with her roommate and getting like drunk and stuff, and meets this guy who is like lost, and has a one-night stand with him, and like essentially like falls in love with him, but he kicks her out the next morning. They have like a really intimate time, and I don't even say that like romantically, I mean like more mentally. And then the next morning he like literally just kicks her out, and she's like, what the heck just happened? And she cannot stop thinking about this guy, but she can't find him. And so she ends up going on Match.com, meets this like super good baseball player, which you guys know I'm a softie for a baseball player because my husband was a baseball player. And her roommate meets another baseball player on the team, like his best friend, and they kick it off and they end up moving in together. And she, like, this guy really likes her, but she cannot get over this other guy. Eventually she ends up finding out what's happening with this other guy and like why he acted like that, and let me tell you, it does not disappoint. It does not disappoint. It is so freaking cute. I loved it. I can't say anymore, but I highly recommend. The next is The Passengers by John Mars. I listened to this, and I'm not even gonna lie, this book kind of freaks me out a little, just because of the state of the world that we're in with people and technology, people and stuff like that, which I'm not gonna go into. But this is basically about these different people who get in their self-driving car, and their self-driving car is like taken over, like hacked, and it's basically telling them like they're gonna die, and it's like revealing all their secrets to each other, and then they have to like pick who's gonna die or who's gonna live or something. I can't remember, but it was crazy, you guys. It was crazy. It's John Mars. It's gonna be crazy. Then we have More or Less Maddy, which I showed you earlier, but it's in the stack at the bottom, so I'm not gonna grab it. This is following Maddy, who is a girl in her early 20s, I'm gonna say, who is just, she's bipolar, but it's following her before she gets diagnosed bipolar, and then also after she gets diagnosed bipolar. It's following her relationships with her family, guys. She's also like, there's a lot of Taylor Swift references, which I won't go into. Comedy career, like stand-up comedy. It's a ride, but this book is so important, I think, to understand bipolar disorder, because to be honest with you, like I know what bipolar disorder is, but I didn't really know the depth of what it could cause a person to do, and how erratically it could make a person be. And wow, this book is incredible. I highly recommend it. I gave it 5 stars. Let me see what else I've read. I read The Crash by Frida McFadden. Loved. I gave it 3 stars. Very typical for Frida McFadden. I don't know that I've ever given a Frida McFadden higher than like a 4, but it was a good time. Again, such a popcorn read. But I do try to read the Freed McFadden books before I decide if I'm going to purchase them, and this one I am definitely going to be purchasing. If that tells you anything. Okay, let's see. Then I read The Favorites. This may be my, it's hard to say because more or less Maddy was so good. This may be like top favorite book of the year. This is The Favorites by Lane Fargo. If you like Daisy Jones and the Six, you were gonna eat this up. I could not put this down. I couldn't put it down. There's drama, there's celebrityness, there's backstabbing. Oh my god, this has everything. This is following two figure skaters who kind of get put into fame and just how they're handling it. They're from like a small town, and I don't really want to dive too much into it, but it does tell the story like from like the time it's all happening, like their life, and also it it has interviews at the end of every chapter for like current day, I guess. This book is amazing. Okay, I'm trying to think what else. Obviously I read We Could Be Rats by Emily Austen. I think you guys know that. I gave that one 4 stars. I love Emily Austen. I love her quirky characters and just she hits like serious topics but in an unserious way. This one, however, was not my favorite, and I did end up selling my copies. But still a great read. Still a great read. I also listened to The House of My Mother, which is a nonfiction, and I do not rate nonfiction books, especially memoirs, because it's not my place to rate these people's lives. I didn't know much about this story at all. I had seen her, I guess, in court or something on the news. I didn't really know what was going on. I knew she was a family vlogger, but when I read this or listened to this story, especially since Sherry Frankie narrates it, the writer, the daughter, my heart was in pieces. I can't believe some of the stuff that these kids went through, all in the name of like YouTube fame. As a mom myself, like it truly hurts my heart. I can't believe you would ever, I guess I can believe it because there's some wild people out there, but I could, I'm speechless. It left me speechless, essentially. I'm gonna start crying, but like honestly, I hope those kids are okay. I hope that they get the help that they need, like mentally, as they grow up. Like the story's insane. Okay, I'm an empath. Like I feel everything. I'm like crying right now. I feel everything, and the way that this story played out, and like the influence that this like life coach had on the mom vlogger, just ooh, ooh. Anyways, carrying on. Okay, Blood of Hercules, you guys, this book is so underrated. I don't ever really hear anybody talking about this book. Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Mass. So good. It's so good. It's Why Choose. Kind of has like a Hunger Games aspect of like, she's chosen to like, it's like dark academia. I forget how I described it, but it was like very like Harry Potter if she was a female, and adopted by Malfoys, essentially. Yeah, that's how I describe it to people. Let's see. Oh, I guess I read Brother this year. You guys, it's been a weird year. January was popping though. Dang, January was great. Okay, so I guess I read Brother in January. That's what my storygraph says. I gave that book 5 stars. That is the craziest psychological thriller I've ever read in my life. Highly recommend. I already have Anaya Alborn, the author. I already have Seed like on my to buy list, to read list, whatever. Because if she writes anything like she did in Brother, I'm gonna eat it up. That book was insane in the membrane. Then I read All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. I did give that 4 stars. I know a lot of people have feelings about Colleen Hoover, and that is completely fine. I either love or hate her books. I loved It Ends With Us. I hated It Starts With Us. I I hated Verity. I hated November 9. But I did like this one, All Your Perfects. This is following a married couple, kind of like before and after they fall in love, and after like they've been together for a while, and just like, it's as somebody who's been married for a while and been with my partner for 11 years now, it really resonates, because there are obviously times in marriage that things get like kind of hard, and you're kind of like, you know, I don't know, but at the end of the day, like, hopefully you married your best friend. I know I did, and that's really what gets you through. So loved that book. And then I read Call It What You Want. I think that's my last 5-star book that I read this year. Sorry, Nesta, my cat is laying with me if you can't tell. That was a 6-star book. I met the author and I got her to sign the book, and I'm so excited. She's actually a local author. This is a book revolving like a situationship. It's a romance, and I loved it. I ate it up. It was so good. I think I finished it in like one night. I usually don't stay up late to read books, just because like I can't, like I fall asleep like by 11 o'clock. Your girl's out. But I read this one super late. I actually spilled coffee all over my copy, so I had to buy another one to get her to sign, because I didn't want her to sign the coffee one. But I have like that one all like marked up, and the coffee one, like I was highlighting and just, oh my god, I was eating it up. It was so good. So super excited that I got that signed by her. But yeah, that is all the books that I have read so far this year that I've really loved. Obviously I've read more than that, but those are the books that I think deserved a shout out from me. Hopefully that catches you up a little bit on what I've been reading. I know Vanessa is always like, you never tell me what you're reading, and it's not on purpose. I don't know, like I don't think in my head like, let me update what I'm reading constantly, but I guess I should be, because I'm literally like on YouTube for books. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I know it was a little bit longer. Hopefully that's okay. I am planning on filming a how much I read in a week this week, starting tomorrow. Today is Sunday, just to give you a glimpse into my everyday life and how busy it can get, and how much that I like genuinely can read a day. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.